Well, David Martinez asked me a few questions and I'll break them up in a few videos. But for this one, he's saying he used to own a subcontracting business with about 50, 60 workers in Los Angeles. That's really tough to do, by the way, so props to you. Where you made sweatshirts, women's tops. I've been thinking of making a t-shirt line out here in Mexico to take advantage of cheap labor. The question is, how would you go about competing with wholesalers that are such as Hollister and Aeropostale when they're producing at 4 to 550 a piece? Okay, so there's a few things there. I worked briefly with a licensing company that owns a screen printing facility in Ensenada. So there's definitely a play there. So a licensing company it was really t-shirts, but this company owned outerwear and loungewear companies, but the basis of their company is doing licensing. So they'll get a license for Marvel or Disney to do Frozen. This is the product that you see in like Walmart where they're selling Frozen t-shirts for like $8 or whatever children's movie is popular at this moment, and that's selling at Walmart and Target and big box stores like that, Giant Tiger in Canada. And so this company actually owned production that was done in Ensenada. Now I'm here in San Diego, so we're close to the border, so it made sense for the business to run that. So on your first part, I want to say there is something there, although you're doing the right thing and doing your research, because the next thing I'm going to say is like, get everything in order before you do that. You want to figure out what it takes to truck everything across, and I'm sure there's paperwork, I'm sure there's tariffs and taxes involved, but you know, it's definitely a question that's been posed to me before, since I live in San Diego and we're so close to the Mexico border. And now the other thing I want to answer is how they're able to produce garments, or let's say t-shirts, for like 4 to 550 a garment, and that breaks down all to numbers. It breaks down all to numbers. And as this is post dating, actually a lot of those brands like Hollister, Aeropostale, Abercrombie and Fitch, and in the future these brands might not even exist when you're clicking on this, but those three brands are with a slew of brands that are having trouble acclimating to the way fashion is trending right now. Like Abercrombie and Fitch has been in the news for switching out CEOs constantly because they're losing millions of dollars in revenue. And the big thing about that is heavy branding and logo heavy branding, as we have known it, has completely changed. So fast fashion companies like Forever 21 and H&M have really taken over, where it's very simple, non-branded, very clean apparel, taking a cue from higher apparel or more premium references of fashion. It's kind of trickled down into fast fashion. So one note, but in terms of how they produce for that price, it's all numbers. It's all numbers. If you command the numbers and the sales power, then you can totally go to Mexico and own a factory, or at least own a big chunk of production in China or Mexico, where you're at the top of that totem pole, and so you can negotiate your prices down. So it's not fair, because most people watching my channel are startups, and it's the most difficult and it costs the most in the beginning. So you got to get through that period where you hustle and really start making sales and flipping and turning product, and then get it bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you can get it to $4. I mean, you can get shirts down to $2 a piece if you have the numbers. And so I hope that helps and brings a little bit clarity to your question. Anybody have anything else to add? Please drop it down in the cipher. I'll see you guys on the internet. Peace.